I'm doing this video because I was just watching briefly, like, Black Women Making Money's channel, the live she was doing. And I don't know what it is about black women, but I don't know why y'all can't accept truth from people that you don't want to listen to. Now, granted, I get it. She tries to be this, code switcher extraordinaire that y'all like, but can I tell you that you don't need to do that to get into tech? You don't need to do any of that stuff the women were talking about on the live. It's because I don't know how many times I have literally told you, and I have told all of y'all, that I have been taking this tech certification program. And I've been telling you up until I realized y'all had no interest in it, but now everybody wants to have interest in it because Cherie's talking about it and some lady named Tamika, who's an engineer. The way America works, we don't live in China. So you don't need to code things the way a hardcore coder would because we live in America. Everything here is dummied down. So you don't really, and believe me when I'm telling you this, you need to listen to me if you want to really get into tech, right? I told you, before I even took the Google UX design certification program, I used to do tech writing on my own. I don't know how many times I have said that. I've said that 1,000 times. And I've also told you guys that you don't need no specific training. If you go into the Google program, it will give you more of a chance, right, to get a job by way of using Google's name. There are Asian women online, and I gave you a couple of Asian women who helped me with how to get hired, the hiring process, and what you need to actually do with your digital portfolio for you to actually get hired. Because the reality is you're going to learn all of this stuff, which I'm learning right now, and you're going to know everything to do. You're going to have everything on your phone, on your desktop, your iPad, everything, so that when you're out, wherever you are, and you run into anybody in tech, you could always show them, look, this is my this is my that, this is my app, this is my website, blah, blah, blah. That is what you do in tech, right? So the way you learn to do all of this stuff is by learning, listen clear, learning to work Figma backwards and forwards like a motherfucker, okay? Figma is what is used today, all right? In all of this tech stuff. Yes, they still use Python, they do that, but Figma, and there's another one, they don't really use that one no more, it's called Sketch, right? These programs already have Python and everything else inside of it that write the code for themselves. So you don't need to learn the code. But when I told you this, because you have this prejudice against me because I'm the outspoken, dark-skinned, very attractive, older black woman that you don't want to listen to, because I'm not the light-skinned young woman who you think is brilliant and telling you shit that is not really advantageous, but you don't want to listen. So now they're having a whole live, and it took like one lady towards the end to actually get to the truth of the matter. When I was telling you that for like months, like if you want to get into tech, you got to learn the background of it. So take the fucking Google certificate course. That way, when you take the Google certificate course, don't take no other course. Just take the Google certificate course. It's affordable for everyone. And there are even other programs now that are more affordable than Google, sponsored by Google, right? Take the course. Learn the background of the information. The most important thing you're going to learn from that Google course is how to use Figma. Figma is the thing that you use to create all the apps, create all the websites. This is how you market yourself to prospective project managers, investors, etc. I have said this shit so many times, but this is what happens. You run in circles when you pick and choose, like cherry pick who you're going to listen to instead of people telling you what's actually going on because they're involved in it. I've been saying this forever. All you got to do is go on Coursera or go to Google Classroom to start. Pick something in there, whatever you want. The cloud is real possible. It's real popular and important because that deals with the information technology. And that way, if you guys, how you guys are always talking about cybersecurity and etc., there's so many things in cybersecurity. But if you know cloud, Linux, and etc., you be pretty much able to cover a lot of the stuff to get you a job so that you get into one particular place so you can find your niche. And then when you find that, you keep going from there. What I'm trying to say is there's no like one way to do all of these things. You have to find where you get in by learning one thing and then getting a job in that one thing you've learned, and then you keep branching out from there. Because I've told you this, and also my girl Millennial in Debt, who went from being a teacher to IT, right? And she was doing very well, and then all of a sudden when they started laying off all of the people, when they thought it was going to be a recession in the beginning of the year, she got laid off as well. Well, she's back now, because what she did was she sat down and she started to learn something else. And now that she learned something else, she's doing that. And I gave you her information as well. It's millennialindebt.com. And she has literally went through this journey. And unlike the people on YouTube who give you bits and pieces of information, she actually tells you the whole thing the way I do. But you don't listen to people who want to really be generous with information. You like the cloak and dagger. You like the playing that people do because they sound professional. You think that because they don't curse, or because they do this code switching thing where they pretend to be what, I don't know what you guys make, what y'all like to make it sound like they're, copying or imitating white people. So those black women that sound the most as if she's a black white woman, you tend to believe what she says because you think that it's legitimate. This is where you go wrong every time. A person doesn't have to, they're not, that fake it till you make it shit is not where it's at. The person doesn't have to look the part to be the real deal. Like I've been telling you, I'm the real fucking deal. I've been telling you about this stuff since before everybody started jumping on this bandwagon. I told you. I first tried a couple of people on YouTube with their so-called tech classes from the Erica Williams chick. It was all fraud based, right? Okay. So then I went and actually paid for a course in a community college. And that's when I actually started working in the field and was doing it for a while. Then, this is something you need to know. In tech, you got to constantly keep reinventing yourself and learning more stuff as you go. Because as soon as I started to get really good in the tech writing, they started letting people go. And then I started outsourcing myself on different websites, and that dried up too. So when that dried up, I just fell back on the other things I do for a living. And then I started taking this Google certificate course. And I'm still doing it. And I'm taking other courses. So you have everything you need to know. And it's not going to be quick. So for all of you that think that this is another quick, rich scheme, a get rich quick scheme, you can't, it's not going to work that way. And I'm sorry. I am being straight honest, whether I'm bumbling over the words or not. You gotta stop thinking that because a person is so articulate or they come on and they speak so eloquently that they're actually who and what they're supposed to be. Because 9 times out of 10 they're not. Because if they legitimately were, they would not be on YouTube. You understand what I'm saying? Unless it was a company just advertising their services on YouTube, but an actual person. If you really about that life doing all that stuff, you really don't have all that time to be on YouTube. You don't. Seriously, you don't. You don't. And you're going to see, because right now it's summertime. So it's a slow time for all of the fields because most people are hiring during this time. They're involved in their internships with the people that are new recruits for their company. So a lot of the things that they would be doing during the wintertime, they're not doing right now because now they're storing up before the winter starts again. So it's a lot of downtime. And when it starts up again, and you're going to see I'll be missing too, because I have to make those deadlines and everything else. So it's like, you guys, you gotta, once you get your head on right and you start realizing that it's not about picking and choosing who you like on YouTube, but it's actually about who's really giving you the information correctly that you need, you're gonna be better off for it. You really are. And all you got to do, I'm telling you right now, once again, is learn Figma. Figma is on YouTube. There are tons of people showing you how to do it. It is a very intricate program, or I should say application, that works like a program. And it's a lot to learn. And you cannot learn it overnight. It takes doing it, using it continuously to learn all of its features and functions, because it has a lot. And it's forever changing. Once you learn that and you take one of these courses, all you got to do is create an app, create then a portfolio for you to shop around, for people to see what your talent is. And the best way to do it, I'll give you a straight up huge nugget. You don't have to come up with something new. The way that people in the IT or tech world, when it comes to UX design, judge your quality and your value you're going to bring to the company is if you take an existing app that's already out, tweak it, and make it work even better, or make it do something else that it was never designed to do. That blows them the fuck away. You will definitely get hired. And you will definitely end up being a project manager eventually if you keep that frame of mind and you stay crisp like that. Because diversity is what they need. They got 1 million people doing the same shit where they're at already. They need that black person to come in that has that black swag, so to speak, or that black creativity that all them white people, Asians, and others don't have. And then you go, hey, we normally do this or that with this app, but have you ever thought about doing it like this? And they go, oh, we didn't even know you could do that. That's what they're looking for. So I hope that helps y'all, because I just felt like it was a lot of unnecessary talking, because I noticed they all like to hear themselves talk, but they're not giving out no real information to get you started. The 3 things you should have took away from me tonight is learn Figma. Go on YouTube. Watch all of the Figma instructional or tutorial videos to learn it. Go to Figma.com. Download the app on your phone or put it on your desktop and start using it. The other thing is, it's only about $40 a month. You need to get into one of those Google programs. If you can't afford 40, there are Google and Corsica programs on the Google platform that are free. Do all the ones that are free and work your way up to the ones that you can afford. When you build up a portfolio of certification like that, I don't see you having a whole lot of problems getting hired by anyone. And then when you go to look to get hired, do not go to like the really big companies, because they don't usually hire unless it's like the best of the best, and then they have headhunters that look for them, right? Now, when you start out, a lot of people are going to talk to you about recruiters. They're not going to really look for jobs for you because you have no experience. Even though you could try it, you never know, you might find a real decent one. The way you do it is, you're going to look for the smaller companies, which is what I'm doing right now. You look for the new startups, the startups that have been in business for about less than 10 years, because 10 years in tech is usually the time when everybody does the big switch, right? So you want to do less than 10. Even if you go out of the state you live in, and if you live down south or out west, you best look in places like in the East Coast, because they pay the most money and they're the most recruiting. And if you can't get the East Coast, California, all right? And that's it. That's the reality of shit. Oh, Washington, D.C. is pretty good too. So, but anyway, you want to do those things. And then once you do it, it's like you just got to honestly wing it from there. No bullshit. Okay? Everything I've told you is very real. Like, where I'm at now, in the course of the Google certification, I already know how to make apps. I know how to wait in websites. I already have my own domain, my own website, and my own app. What I'm doing now is learning how to be part of a project team. I'm learning how to do that, and then after that, we're going to learn how to try to look for investors for your projects. That's the track I'm on. So everything people are telling you that you must learn, the point of me telling you this is because it's all taught to you in that Google certificate program. So why would you waste your time running around willy-nilly when you could just go to the people? You know Google. You know Google is it has a great reputation. It's reputable. Take the damn program. Stop being cheap. Pay the money. It's not that much. Learn what you need to learn the right way. Then once you complete the course and you know everything the way it's supposed to be taught, and they give you all the links to all of the places that you need to be in to meet the new developers, meet the new researchers, meet the new project managers, meet the new investors, all types of investors, right? All type of companies that work with them that are looking for new hires. You will get, I'm not going to give you those because you haven't earned it. So once, if I see you're interested or you're actually doing the things I'm telling you, I will literally put the links to where you can contact these people. But it doesn't make sense me doing that now because I've done it in the past and all you did was let it sit on the community page. So now you're going to have to earn the information. But if you take the course and you go through the course, you will be given the same links that I already have that will take you to people who actually look for the certificate graduates from Google programs to new hire. It's up to you. So you can sit there, running around listening to different people who do different jobs and do different things, giving you a myriad of information that is not giving you one direct path to where you're trying to be step after step and waste your time. Or you could do what I'm telling you. Take your ass on Google, take one of the courses. It's going to give you everything you need. It's going to give you all the contacts. It's going to give you all the know-how. And it will expose you to who you need to be exposed to get a job. And it will help you try to get a job. In addition to that, you will learn skills and learn how to do things so that if, let's say, you get tired of this course in the middle of it and you go, I don't want to do this no more. I want to do something else. You can actually apply what you've learned to whatever you're trying to do new, because all the skills are transitional. You can take them and move them all over the tech world that you want. So I'm done. Learn Figma and you will be fine. Okay? Period. You don't need to learn to code like a real engineer, like the lady was. Because you don't need to do that now. Because all of the programs in America, they are built to self-code. All you have to do is design, and do what it is that you're trying to do, no matter what it is. That's all you got to do. So serious, right? And, I don't know what to tell you. Like, and the crazy part is, I had put this stuff up, like, a year ago, because that's when I started, almost a year ago, because that's when I started taking, this is certification, right? And then I'm going to tell you another thing, right? They have the reason I'm saying that you don't need to learn the code, no disrespect to the engineer, but it's because Figma codes by itself. There's a certain type of Python that's built into Figma that is the coding, right? And then you have like, what's the other one that they were talking about? No code app builders. They've been around now for like 3 or 4 years. They're not new. Same thing like when the lady was talking about how IBM had purchased Red Hat. That happened in 2018. So I actually do know what I'm talking about, and I'm kind of really up on what I'm doing. But because I probably don't sound the way you think I should sound, because I speak the way I want to speak, and I don't feel like I got a code switch or assimilate into white America, I acculturate into America, you don't think that I know what I'm talking about. But I do. I really do. And I have already done one thing already. and now I'm about to begin to do the other. And I try to tell you the most simplest, easiest way to get shit done without you racking your head. You want to get into IT, you want to get into tech, learn Figma. And it's real easy, y'all. Shit is free. When you go to Figma, you can sign up for a couple of different accounts. They have a free account, they have a paid account, they have a student account, and then they have a certificate member account. So if you're taking a course on either Google or Coursera, you will be able to get into Figma for free. Why would you not take something that you could do for free? And then once you learn it, man, okay, you take that and you keep going, and you're going to be good. I hope that helped you.